This week on Real Life with type 2 diabetes. All done.
I got my A1C result. To get my A1C, poke my finger 3 times. That's bullshit. Don't do it. Stick to the medication. I went to the lab. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It's not what I expected.
Good morning. It is day 1 of week number 12. This is the last week. Can you believe that? And I am getting my A1C on Thursday this week, so hopefully I'll have the results by the end of the week. Due to the COVID restrictions around here, I hope there isn't any issues. The labs are still open as far as I know, so hopefully I can get my blood work done. This morning I am having my 1 shot of coffee with 1 tablespoon of cream and cinnamon. And it is a full cup. Usually I put 2 shots of coffee in my coffee with water, hot water, and a tablespoon of cream and cinnamon. And today I only put 1 shot, but I put extra water because I still like to have a full cup of something warm in the morning. This week I'm going to try and stay on track. No late lunches, no wine. I'm going to start trying to limit my dairy. I think I do eat too much cheese, and that may be affecting me with my weight as well. I'm not cutting out dairy. I'm just going to limit it. So less cheese, less cream in my coffee. So I'm going to limit how much I have. And if I see any positive effects of it, I may try and do a week without dairy in the future. Or a month. We'll see. So I'll check in with you later. Getting my morning walk in. Nice day. For lunch today, I'm having a air-fried stuffed pepper. These I made last week in week number 11. And I made them in the air fryer. And so I had this one left over from last week, and I'm having it for lunch today. And I'm having it on my 1990s plate.
So we're on day 1 of week number 12. It's 5:30 p.m. and I'm just about to check my blood sugars. As you saw today, I did go for my walk. I did about 50 minutes of a walk. I had that stuffed pepper for lunch, and that's all I've had today except for my coffee this morning. So I'm going to check my blood sugars to see how we're doing, and hopefully we're doing great. If you're joining me for the first time today, I've been doing this for 12 weeks. This is the 12th week. I had a few stumbles in the beginning, but now I'm in a pretty good routine, I think. Learning a lot as I go. And I have my A1C blood lab test scheduled for this coming Thursday to see my average over the past 12 weeks. So that'll give me an idea of how I'm doing as well. And today my blood sugars are at 6.2. There seems to be a little bit of a trend lately with my numbers creeping back up a little bit. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with something I may have eaten yesterday, because today all I had was that stuffed pepper to eat, and nothing else. And yesterday, last night, actually I did have a coffee last night, and I did have some coffee syrup in it, one of those sugar-free coffee syrups. I'm wondering if that has a bit of effect on me, because I usually don't have that in my coffee. We'll see how we do tomorrow, and I'll continue to stay on track and hopefully get on a walk tomorrow, get an early lunch, and then we'll check again tomorrow around 4 or 5 p.m. and see how we're doing.
And one of my go-to lunches I'm having today are some keto crackers, some onion dip, cured meat, soppressata, and some cheese. That's my lunch for today.
So it is day number 2 of week 12, and I've had a busy day today. I've been editing 3 videos. I posted a recipe today, which was the air fryer low carb garlic bread grilled cheese sandwich. That will be coming out with week 11's video, so if you want to see the recipe, go back to week 11 and have a look in the description. The recipe will be there, or there's also probably a YouTube video for it as well. So today was really busy. I didn't have a chance to get out to go for a walk because I ended up having to go grocery shopping because usually I do my grocery shopping tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then I do my recipes, shooting videos, cooking, and shooting the pictures on Wednesday. So normally I get my groceries tomorrow morning. However, they're calling for snow overnight, which is strange because it's April 20th already. But they're calling for snow, so I thought, let me go get my groceries now just in case there's lots of snow and I don't want to go out in the snow tomorrow. So I ended up getting my groceries. I went to 2 grocery stores, so I ended up getting some walking in while I was grocery shopping, but I didn't go for a walk today. So my blood sugars might not be as low as they have been, as I didn't get much exercise today. However, I did just eat that simple lunch with the supersata. I had some keto crackers and dip and some cheese, and I haven't eaten since then, and that was actually around 11. So we'll see how my blood sugars are. Let's have a look. So I'm hoping this snow that's coming doesn't affect my lab test I'm doing on Thursday morning to get my A1C. That appointment is at 7 a.m. So let's hope there's no snow, storm, COVID, anything hindering me from getting that test done, because I'll be pissed off if I can't get that test done. My blood sugars are 6.0. So that's not bad considering I didn't have a walk today, being at 6. That's okay for me. So I'm just gonna go take it easy now, and for dinner tonight we're having some meatballs in tomato sauce. I'm not having any pasta with it, and I'm thinking I'll probably have a salad or some kind of vegetable tonight. And that'll be it. So I'll check in with you tomorrow sometime, hopefully in the morning. If not, I'll be shooting recipes tomorrow, so maybe I'll give you a sneak peek of what I make. Good morning. It's day number 3, and we're back in December. Look at all the snow. Like, look at it. It snowed. And this is why I went to get my groceries yesterday. I'm just having my coffee. It's 7 a.m. And I'm going to get started cooking early today because I don't have to go grocery shopping. I might have to do this every week. It just makes it easier. I can get cooking done early. And then normally I would go for a walk, but I don't know if I'm going today in this weather. But it's supposed to melt. Even though it's still snowing, it's supposed to, obviously it's going to melt. It's supposed to melt by this afternoon. So we'll see. Hopefully the sun comes out, melts it all away, and I can go for a walk. Otherwise, I'm just going to walk around in this room 1,000 times. Okay, I just finished cooking. I spent all day cooking. It's almost 3 p.m. I did 3 recipes. I did all air fryer recipes. I did air fried dill pickle chips. I did green beans in the air fryer. And I also did arancini, which are rice balls, Italian rice balls made with my risotto recipe. And it's lightly breaded, and there's some mozzarella in the middle and a little bit of basil. I didn't go for my outside walk, but I'm going for my inside walk. Had a nap after cooking all day, as I didn't have a good sleep last night, so I thought I'd better rest. And I did, and then I had a conference call, and now I'm doing a walk. I've been walking for 10 minutes so far. I'm gonna walk for probably another 15, and then I'll check in with my blood sugar. So I took a nap after making the recipes today, after the cleanup, and then I took a nap. And then I woke up and I thought, well, The weather is a little better. The sun's out. It was snowing this morning. It all melted now, by the way. But I didn't feel like getting ready to go outside for a walk. So I walked around my living room for about 25 minutes just to get some exercise in. And don't forget, tomorrow morning I'm going to get my A1C. My appointment's at 7 a.m., which I'm going to have to leave here around 6:30 a.m. to get there. I'm a bit nervous about it. I don't know why. I guess I'm just anxious to see what the results are, and I've been thinking about it a little more, and I think the results, because it's a 3-month average, and from when I started 3 months ago, these videos, my blood sugars were all over the place, oftentimes in the 10s, and just in the last few weeks they've gone down into the 5s. But if we're looking at the average, it may just be in the 7s or 8s. My A1C may be in the 7 range or higher. I'd be surprised if it was under 7, although you never know. It's kind of hard to figure out and track. Even though I've only been testing once a day, I was testing 3 times a day before, and my morning blood sugars were always high. So you just never know where the average is, even though during the day I test around 4 p.m. and it's around 5 something, 6 something. But is that the average? Is that going to be my A1C? Probably not, because those numbers, those low numbers I've been getting has just happened since week 8. So we're in week 12 right now, or probably week 9. We're in week 12 right now, so who knows where it'll be. I'm just going to check my blood sugars, and then I'm going to go make dinner. Luckily I have some dinner ready since I cooked today recipes. However, I don't have any meat, so I might just have some chicken thighs with the arancini that I made. So my blood sugar results today are 5.7. So that's great. I'm good with 5.7. It may be due to the fact that I just did a walk, a 25-minute walk. However, if walking helps to bring it down, then why not? You know, and that's the thing. I often think that sometimes just a brisk walk, if your numbers are high, a walk will help bring it down. And then sometimes a walk will elevate it at first and then come down. Oftentimes when your heart rate's running and you're extenuating yourself, is that a word? Your blood sugars may go up. I find blood sugars go up more often when I'm doing more weightlifting or heavier lifting stuff, which I don't do very often because I have dumbbells, like 10-pound dumbbells at home, but I used to when I used to go to the gym, but since COVID I haven't gone back to the gym, and since I moved there's really no gyms around here. I think there's a YMCA, which is a very small community YMCA, and they're not even open right now. They did open for like a week or two and then they closed down again due to the COVID restrictions. So I'm going to wait and see once it's safer to go to the gyms around here. Maybe I'll go check out the YMCA and see what kind of equipment they have. However, I'm enjoying my walks. I'm getting good exercise out of it. I go for at least an hour and I brisk walk. I don't just stroll. Anyways, I will check in with you tomorrow. Good morning. It's cold and it's 6:30 a.m. and I'm just in my car ready to go to get my lab test done. I'll have a coffee when I get home. All done. Got my blood work done. Hopefully I'll get the results in the next day or so, I hope. So I'll share those results with you once I get them. And I'm heading back home now. I need a coffee. Hey, so I went and got my lab work done today and I am excited to get my results. I'm hoping I get them by tomorrow, but you never know with COVID restrictions. There's less people probably working. I don't know. I the last time I got my lab work done, I was living in the city and things moved a lot faster there. Now that I'm living out in the suburbs in the country, things don't move as quick. Uh, things don't move as quick as I'm finding here. However, hopefully I get them within the next couple days. That way I can share them with you in this video. And so as you saw this morning, I did get up really early. Went to go do the lab work. I then worked all day. For lunch, I didn't really even have a lunch. I was so busy. I had my coffee this morning. For lunch, I nibbled on a couple keto crackers, a tablespoon of peanut butter, and I had a cheese folio wrap, just the wrap, cheese, nothing in the wrap. And please feel free to share any of my recipes far and wide. That helps me, as on my blog post I do earn a little bit of money right now from advertisements, which help me to keep doing what I'm doing, creating posts, creating videos, creating information to help people, and create recipes for diabetics. My number right now is 5.8. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. By the way, I did go for a walk. However, I walked inside my home like I did yesterday. I'm finding that's a good option for me to basically walk around my little track in my living room, which isn't little. It's a pretty good sized track, I think. I put on my running shoes and I swing my arms and I just go really hard and I brisk walk quite fast. And I did that for about 35 minutes while I was listening to a podcast, so the time went by really fast. And I'm going to continue to do that on days where it's a little chillier outside or not that great. Today was cloudy, was gray. It snowed a little bit today. It came down for like a few seconds. And now the sun's out. It's just all over the map, the weather lately, and so it's unpredictable. So walking inside my home is a great alternative. I'm still getting my exercise in. I can't wait till the weather warms up again. Probably tomorrow should be a little sunnier and warmer, and I can go for an extra long walk tomorrow. Anywho, maybe I'll have my results tomorrow, so if I do, I will let you know, and I will check in tomorrow.
Good morning. It is day 5 of week 12. It's Friday. The weather is nice and sunny. I'm gonna go for a long walk today and take it easy today. I can't believe this is week 12. Like, this is the last week I'm gonna be doing this series. And hopefully I'll be able to share more videos in the future every time I do my A1C. So like every 3 months I may do an update with how I'm doing. But I'm still waiting for my lab results, and hopefully they come in today so that I can share them with you and let you know what my A1C is. And as I said yesterday or the day before, I'm like thinking my A1C results will probably be between 7 to 8 because it is a 3-month average. And if you remember back in week 1, I was reading numbers like 8, 9, 10 quite often. So I don't think I'm down in the pre-diabetic range yet, but I will get there as I continue to do this. And doing these videos has definitely held me accountable by, reporting to you and recording these videos. It's definitely forced me to make sure I'm on my game. And that's why I want to continue to share these videos, not as often, like not weekly in terms of this video series, but probably every 3 months I'll share my A1C, so that'll also keep me accountable. So I will check in with you later, and hopefully I'll have my A1C number.
I got my A1C results. Yay! So before I tell you what my A1C results are, I just want to review a little bit of what happened from day one to now throughout my videos in my 12-week series. Remember when I started, I had about a month of eating whatever I wanted. I went through Christmas, we went to the cottage, and then I moved and I stayed at a friend's house for a week before I moved. So I was off eating low carb. I was eating regular desserts, all the pasta, all the pizza for about a month. I gained about 9 pounds. I've lost 9 pounds since then. And I just was out of control, only because there was a lot of changes with moving, packing, unpacking. I left my job, which a lot of people don't know that, but I did because I moved 2 hours away from the city. And so I was out of control and my blood sugars basically skyrocketed, and I knew it because as I was checking my blood sugars, they were, 10 point something millimoles per liter. And if you're in the US, we measure by millimoles per liter, you measure by milligrams per deciliter. All you have to do is anytime I give a number, multiply it by 18, and that'll give you your number in milligrams per deciliter. However, our A1C numbers are all the same in Canada or the US. And the reason I've been doing these videos is to show and hopefully prove that I can bring my blood sugars down just by diet, exercise, and fasting. And over time, in the beginning, there were periods where I thought, oh my God, my numbers are really high, they're not going to go back down. And over time, you saw them dwindling down a little bit, little by little. I used Freestyle Libre a glucose monitoring system that I had a lot of problems with, only because it didn't give the glucose readings of that exact moment. So anyways, that's a whole lot of big stories. If you want to go back and watch those, you can. So I went back to using a regular glucose meter, and by doing that, I started learning a few things. I learned, as I was testing products as well, I learned don't test products. That was dumb. Because I was testing products that may have been spiking my blood sugar, or maybe they weren't spiking my blood sugar, but they weren't helping me bring my blood sugars back down. So I was trying all those sugary products like Built Bars and Smart Sweets, and really, to me, that was stupid, not smart. But I learned from that as well. If I'm going to test products, not a good idea. You're a type 2 diabetic. You should be eating consistently products or food that isn't going to spike your blood sugars and is going to help you lower your blood sugars. So I learned that. It took a few weeks to learn that, but I did. And then I learned that, as the weather got nicer, I started doing more exercise. I started getting outside and started walking more. So I got into a routine. And I think that's the number one key takeaway for me, is to get in a routine, figure out what that routine is, and be consistent with it as long as it's working for you. So that routine consisted of some fasting. And so by fasting, I mean I did some 3-day fasts and 2-day fasts here and there, but to me, more fasting of eating dinner and then not eating again until about 11:30, noonish. And the only thing I have in the mornings for breakfast for me is a cup of coffee. So that I learned after a few weeks as well, is to learn that, getting into routine, not eating 3 meals a day, because who says you have to? You don't have to eat 3 meals a day just because that's what we were taught. And then there's people that say you have to eat 6 times a day so you keep your metabolism running all day. That's bullshit. Don't do it. And eating 3 times a day, yeah, if you're hungry and you need to eat, you're going to eat. But, for me in the mornings, I'm usually not that hungry, so I just have a coffee, and I've learned to eat a light lunch around 11:30, and then I have a full dinner at dinner time. And that's been working for me as well. And, so my numbers started getting lower and lower, and I would only check once a day, because checking after every meal and everything you eat, all the ups and downs, just drove me bonkers as well. So I just started measuring around 4 p.m. every day, and that was it. Because yeah, when you eat something, it's gonna spike, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go out. Like, honestly, if you're following a low carb keto diet and you're a type 2 diabetic, I don't know, for me, it's not necessary to check and poke my finger 3 times a day or 4 times a day. I'm learning that maybe just once a day is fine. Or if I stay consistent for, a long time, I won't even be checking my blood sugars. Like, why should I if they're always in the 5 range? If the only time I would start checking my blood sugars again on a daily basis is if I go off track again. Or if I have a night where I'm going to decide I want to order a pizza. It's my birthday. I'm going to go out for a nice dinner and eat whatever I want and have cake. I'm going to do that when it's my birthday. If there's no COVID restrictions, of course. Right now I can't go anywhere where I live. However, so through all that, I did learn, and I wanted to share my journey doing this to show people that it is possible for some people. I'm not saying everybody. Again, medical disclaimer here, that you can lower or manage your type 2 diabetes without medication. And maybe not everybody can do it. If you're someone who says, no, I need to have my Coca-Cola every day, I need to have my bag of chips every weekend, then stick to the medications. Like, it's not for you. you won't be able to. If you have the mindset that you need to continue to do what you've been doing, that's how it's going to go for you. It's not going to work. But if you're willing to, change your mind shift and think, what if I just changed what I ate, and then I don't have to take medication anymore, and I can feel better, maybe lose some weight, and just manage my blood sugars without medication. And there's nothing wrong with medication. I've said that before. So if you want to continue taking medication and eat, a little more liberally, that works for you, that's fine too. One day maybe I'll be like that. But right now, I'd rather not take any medication and curb a little bit of what I eat. And I enjoy what I eat. I enjoy my steak dinners. I enjoy my grilled chicken. I enjoy my pork tenderloin. I like eating vegetables. I like eating cheese. I like my coffees. And I like my low-carb keto desserts whenever I make them. So I don't feel restricted at all. So that's been my journey, and I wanted to document it so that I can help other people who are thinking about, there's a lot of people I think who are newly diagnosed, and they start to panic, and their doctor tells them that they need to take prescription the rest of their life, and they're out there looking for ways to not go on medication. They're scared. I get a lot of messages on social media about newly diagnosed people who say, I was just told yesterday that I'm type 2 diabetic. And eating this way has helped me in other ways as well. So I've had my seasonal allergies are gone completely. Usually every spring, I think I've said this before, my nose runs like a faucet. I've had none of that this spring. None of it. And I haven't had that in probably 3 or 4 years where I've had any seasonal allergies. So that's one thing with eating a low-carb diet. And it's due to lowering inflammation in the body. I'm not eating foods that cause inflammation, like a lot of grains. Some vegetables also cause inflammation. Sugar, definitely. So I'm glad I was able to share these past 12 weeks with you. And I want to share with you my A1C now, because I did get my A1C today. Actually, I got the lab test yesterday. I got my A1C today, and the numbers came in, and It's not what I expected. As I was saying, I was thinking over the past 12 weeks, my numbers in the beginning were really high, and then they started getting down into the 5 range, and the A1C is the average of 3 months, so the average of the highs and the lows, I thought, well, my range would probably be around 7, and I thought that's where I'd be. I thought my A1C was going to be around in the 7s, and that's what I was hoping for. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So my A1C is actually 6.7. So it's even lower. Yay! So lower than what I expected it would be, which is great. I'm really happy about that. I'm also happy that I was able to do this for 12 weeks. It totally kept me accountable, and I really enjoyed doing these videos. However, I'm not going to continue doing them. So today, this is going to be it after this video clip. But I just wanted to say that it's really held me accountable, and I want to check in about another 3 months and get my A1C again to see where I am, because I'm hoping to continue doing this and get my A1C even lower. I've had my A1C at one point get down to 5.7 without medication and just doing a low-carb keto diet. So I don't know if that's possible anymore, as I'm 3 years older now since I did it. I've gained a little bit of weight. Can I get it back down to 5.7? I'd love to get it down to 5.5 if I could. And I mentioned before, doctors seem to medicate people to get them to 7 or under with medication. So I'm doing this without medication, and I've been able to get to 6.7 without prescriptions. I'm on no medication. I take some vitamins and supplements, and if you want me to do a video about what kind of vitamins I take, I can do that too. Comment down below if you want to know. But that's it. I don't take any over-the-counter medicine prescription at all for anything. I'm completely 100% prescription free right now. Hopefully we can keep it that way, but you never know. As I age, I may have to take some prescription. But even with all my blood work that came back, I didn't just do my A1C, I did everything. All my triglycerides, my HDL, LDL, everything, cholesterol, everything came back really good. So that's it. That's been my journey for the past 12 weeks. I'm not even going to continue shooting. Today's day 5. I'm not going to do a day 6 and 7, Saturday and Sunday, because we already know what my A1C is. So thank you so much for following me if you have over these past 12 weeks. I know some of them have been really long in the beginning, and watching me check my blood sugar maybe is a little boring. But I want to encourage you to share these videos. Anytime you hear about someone who says, I'm type 2 diabetic, my doctor said, tell them to go on YouTube and look up Real Life with Type 2 Diabetes, or look up I Hack Diabetes, and just let them know there's some videos, just watch them, see how this guy manages his diabetes. That's it. I'm not asking for much, and I'm not asking, you don't have to do it. I just want to help more people. I want people to be aware that medication is not always needed. And it's not only for type 2 diabetes. There's other health, things that people are taking prescription for that might not be needed either. But, that's up to other people to do their own research and find out. So anyways, thank you so much for following along. Don't forget, this week there's some recipes linked below if you want to check them out. And don't forget, if you need a glucose meter, there's a link below. There's links below for Simply Delish desserts. And there's also my Amazon store if you want to check that out as well. Don't forget to subscribe, as well as I will be sharing more videos in the future. So if you want to get notified, don't forget to click on that little bell next to the subscription button, because I'm going to be sharing videos. I'm thinking of doing a dairy-free week pretty soon. And it'll just be one video at the end of the dairy-free week to tell you how it went. I'm also going to be doing a 1 week of only eating locally from local farms, because I'm out in the country here and there's lots of farms and farmers markets in the summer. So I want to do a week of just eating locally. So my eggs, my butter, my dairy, my cream, my meat, everything from local farms. So stay tuned for that and keep an eye out for more videos. And follow me along if you don't on Instagram. You can subscribe to my newsletter as well. There's a link on my website at ihackdiabetes.com. And do take care of yourselves. And if you ever have any questions, message me, direct message me, email me. All my contact information is on my website. So thank you for following along over these past 12 weeks. I really appreciate those of you who have followed along over week after week. And I wish you the best of health and take care of yourselves. Ciao.